Good evening. You're listening to the Garden City Community Chat Show with your hosts Carrie, Tom, and Mike. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Well, hello, Garden City and all our surrounding communities, Dearborn Heights, Inkster, Westland, all our subscribers on our YouTube channel. Welcome to episode number 656 of the Garden City Community Chat Show. It's Thursday, April 11th, 2024. We're so happy that you could be with us tonight. We hope you're all safe and doing well and staying dry. It's crazy out there. Good duck weather. I am your host, Carrie. Also joining me tonight are my co-host, Garden City's very own meteorologist, Dr. Tom Mywinski. Tom, how you doing?
I am dry, but yes, it's quite a rainy day for sure.
Quite a rainy day. And also, former Garden City Councilman Mike Jones. How are you, Mike?
Excellent, Gary, but I'm getting better.
Great. Hey, before we start, let me mention a couple of upcoming shows that we have for you. Next week, April 18th, our guest will be the new DDA Director / Community Development Director, Matthew Miller. He'll be here. We'll see how he's settling into the job and see what ideas he has for the future of the city. Now, if the name sounds familiar, that's because he is the former Garden City clerk, so he's very familiar with the city. And then on April 25th, Matt Collins is going to be here. He's an advocate for membership in the Garden City Lions Club. They are desperately seeking members, and it's a great organization as well, and they do a lot for the community. So they're on the verge of losing it, and we don't want to do that. So he'll be here to tell us all about the Lions Club and how you can join. So we hope you get those on your calendar and join us next week and the week after. All right. First up tonight, Dr. Tom. He's going to be here shortly with the most current and accurate forecast for you. But first, let's mention our guests for tonight. They have a family-run business, and we're happy to showcase their business tonight. Katie and Nick Thompson, owners of Next Level Custom Brick. We're going to get to know them and also see what services they provide and much more, so stay tuned for that. Also, Joe Bartley is back from J&J Taxes and More with another installment of Tax Talk for 2024. And then Mike will be here, right, Mike, with the latest community events. I also want to mention real quick, if you're watching us live on Facebook or YouTube right now, go ahead and post your questions and comments in the comment section. You can find us live right now on Facebook at facebook.com/GCChat. And over on our YouTube channel, just search for the Garden City Community Chat Show. You can also email your questions to us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com, which is up on the screen right under my name. And we'll do our best to get those answered for you. And hope you have a few. We also want to take a quick minute to say thank you to each and every one of you who listen and support us every Thursday night, not only from our hometown of Garden City, but several of our surrounding communities as well. We really appreciate everyone's support. And remember, we're going to continue to promote not only our community, but yours as well. And speaking of community, if your organization, community, or business has any events, announcements, or cancellations that you'd like to get out to our listeners, what should they do, Mike?
They should email us, Gary.
Exactly. Email the details to us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com or message us on Facebook. And Mike will be more than happy to pass that information along for you. Remember, you're always welcome to come on the show and promote your community, business, or organization anytime. Doesn't matter what community you live in. We also encourage any local business to check out and join the Garden City Business Alliance. See what great things they can do for you. For more information, go to GardenCityBusinessAlliance.org. Okay, we're going to get Tom in here now with a check of the weather, so stand by for that. Okay, let's do a check on weather with Doppler Tom. Let's see what he has in store for the rest of this week and the weekend coming up. Tom, take it away. Well, it's been a wet one, hasn't it?
Yes, and it's going to continue throughout the night and into the day tomorrow. So we're going to be kind of into the wet, rainy pattern for another probably 24 to 48 hours. And overall, you're going to continue to kind of see just rounds of rain continuing to rotate through. It started this morning. It continues throughout the afternoon, and now it continues this evening. And staying on the cooler side, we're into the low 50s, so definitely rain-cooled air out there. But overall, it's not too shabby temperature-wise when it comes to a rain. I mean, I've seen rain where it's been in the 30s, so it's not that cold of a rain. But overall, we're going to probably go into the mid-40s for overnight lows with that rain, so it's going to be definitely a chilly rain continuing throughout the night. We've already seen about an inch of rain out there, and we're probably going to see close to another inch as we go throughout the night and into tomorrow as well. So, I mean, we haven't seen a good soaking rain like this in quite a bit. So, I mean, it's not terrible for us to see this. I mean, it's definitely beneficial for the grasses and the lawns and just waking everything back up from the winter slumber it was in. So definitely good to see a good soaking rain. I mean, I feel like sometimes it's hard to come by when we talk about the summer months up in here. So overall, this will continue into the day on Friday. We're going to continue to see rounds of showers, light to moderate at times, but again, at times you notice that it gets a little heavier briefly at points, and overall this will continue throughout the day. We're probably going to remain in the 40s all throughout the day tomorrow. We're probably not going to see temperatures get much warmer than that because the winds are going to be starting to increase as well. As the storm system kind of wraps up and we get on the backside of it, the winds will start cranking. We're probably going to see wind gusts maybe up to 45 mile-an-hour gusts as we get into tomorrow afternoon. And with that rain continuing, so it's just going to be a raw day. I can't even sugarcoat it or make it sound even worse than it is. It's just going to be a raw, windy, rainy day. So definitely more of a indoor day, if you will, as we go throughout the day tomorrow. But the good news is this starts to wrap up around sunset tomorrow evening. So as we get toward the end of the day tomorrow, it's when the system really begins to wrap up and the clouds actually begin to decrease and the storm system rotates out of the region. So we just have to get through the next probably 24 hours or so before this begins to kind of break down. And as we get into the day on Saturday, we're definitely going to see the sun come back. We're definitely still going to see a little bit on the breezy side, probably not as windy as Friday, but still a little bit of a bite to the air. And those temperatures will probably respond and with that sunshine back into the lower 60s. So not looking too shabby of a day. And then as we get into Sunday, we're going to continue to warm up. We're probably going to get into the low 70s as well. And overall, we're probably going to still see a little bit of wind as we get into Sunday as well. So kind of over the weekend, we're just going to be fairly breezy at times, but not significantly windy, just breezy, bringing in that warmer air into the region. And overall, more drier weekend is on tap. So enjoy that at this time. And then as we get to next week, we're not looking too shabby to start the work week. We're definitely going to be much warmer next week. We're definitely going to see temperatures probably remaining into the 60s and 70s and more 70s than anything. I mean, as we go into Monday and Tuesday and even through Wednesday and Thursday, temperatures will remain probably in the low to mid 70s temperature. Then as we kind of get to the end of the work week, we're definitely going to cool things back down probably toward the end of the work week, probably getting back down into the 60s and into the upcoming weekend. But with that warmer air, we're going to filter in a little bit more rounds of rain next week. So it's going to be a little bit more of an unsettled work week as we get into next week because we're going to be seeing probably more rounds of rain moving in as we get into Tuesday through Thursday. So yes, it's going to see some rain next week. No, it's not going to probably be a complete washout like it is today. But nevertheless, when we get into this warmer, more humid atmosphere, we definitely have more opportunities to wring out, obviously, more rain across the region. So we're probably going to see some more rain moving through, again, probably Tuesday through Thursday across the region at times as we get into that more of a milder pattern. So this month is really living up to its a saying of April showers for sure. And overall, this will continue to be a pretty dominant feature across the region, kind of staying a little bit more on the unsettled side toward the end of the month, and remaining on the warmer side, the 60s and 70s continuing. The good news is that overnight temperatures aren't looking too fairly cold. I mean, we're going to probably stay into the low 40s at the lower end, and then probably on the upper end in the upper 50s. So not too shabby to end the month of April when it comes to kind of temperatures for overnight lows. Frost or freeze concerns at this point, so that's pretty good. So not too shabby of a pattern. Just today and tomorrow are not going to be, obviously, have been too good with the rain and the wind and the colder temperatures and the cooler temperatures, but overall not too shabby with that. But we can't complain. We're just dealing with rounds of rain, just a raw day. It's been extremely wild across the U.S. depending on where you go.
Yeah.
I mean, the Gulf Coast states, all of them down there from Texas to Florida have been seeing just even more rain than we've seen. I mean, widespread flooding down there, tornadoes, what have you, and it's now starting to kind of rotate into the Northeast and the Carolinas as well. So it's been a very active period when it comes to that. And overall, this will continue to kind of rotate through the region as we go throughout tonight and into tomorrow. So staying fairly busy in the weather department, but other than that, that is kind of where we're at for the weather picture of things. If you want to keep tuned to all my local weather information, just go to my website, DopplerTomsWeather.com, and it will keep you updated as we continue to roll on with our spring-like pattern for sure.
Now, let me ask you a little bit about the eclipse flight that you went on, and we can spend more time next week on it probably, but how was it?
Yeah, I mean,
everything you thought?
We could talk about it. I have some time. We definitely are seeing a fairly fun day. I flew down there Monday morning. I left Metro Airport around 8 a.m. and I got down toward Texas around noon local time or so, and spent about 45 minutes there, and then bounced back on a plane again from Dallas back to Detroit, and that kind of flight was in the middle of the eclipse. So what happened was we left as the eclipse was approaching us from Mexico into Texas, and we were riding ahead of the eclipse. So we were about a half hour to 45 minutes of just a regular flight, kind of mentally prepared ourselves to what's to come. Yeah. And then as the eclipse was getting closer, obviously they made announcements and what have you. And you could see, what I did was I looked out the window because I had a window seat. Of course I did. You looked out the window and you saw just a wave of darkness coming, and it was something that's you just have to experience. I mean, I could talk details, but just experiencing it is quite different than actually describing it. But basically, a wall of darkness began to come because obviously we're in the air, so it's different than being on the ground, which you can kind of see it just happening overhead of you, which is a little different. But overall, just the wave of darkness came, and then it was there, and then it was gone. So it wasn't something that was lasting very long. I mean, it was a couple minutes for sure, because the pilot wanted an opportunity for both sides of the plane to see it. So what he did was, when we got toward the peak of the eclipse, he was going to have a 30-degree maneuver on each side of the plane. So you actually felt a little G for a minute. And then he did a 360-degree loop in the air for the other side of the plane. And then another 30-degree maneuver on that end when that happened. So it was quite an experience.
I bet.
And you definitely, if you haven't seen a total solar eclipse, I know that a partial eclipse obviously happened in Michigan. I mean, it was this close, but
it was real close. We watched it. It was really cool. I mean, even the temperature dropped. I mean,
porch lights turned on. There was an eerie darkness for sure. That definitely occurred. So if you haven't seen a total solar eclipse, to be honest, it's even different than that, than what you experienced, Carrie. So this was the last time in Michigan for our lifetimes. The next one won't be until 2099, and I'll even be long gone before then. And the next total solar eclipse in the U.S. is 2045, and that's going to be going from California down toward Florida. So
Okay.
that's kind of the next one. There's obviously more across the globe throughout the next couple of years, but yeah. What I like about total solar eclipses is that there's just a coming together of everyone. There's no disagreement. There's no argument about anything.
Yeah.
It's just one for kind of looking up at the sky and just appreciating how small we are compared to how big our world is and our universe is. So
yeah, it was
why I'm an eclipse chaser, if you will, going forward. So
yeah, it was a big deal for sure. A lot of parties.
Oh yes.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. That sounded really cool, man. Was it a full flight?
Oh yes, it was definitely a full flight, and people in my row that didn't have the window seat were definitely still friendly. I made them look outside of it as well. We were all cordial. There was no hostility or anything.
Yeah.
So even if you kind of think that what that guy in the end wants to kind of bump into you, but
Right.
no one was like that. It was a very enjoyable experience. It was the best flight I've ever been on. So
Oh, that's awesome.
it was
That's
really
awesome. All right. Well, I know you got work to do, so we'll let you go and we'll talk
Yes,
more
Mike.
next week. What's
I have
that?
a question.
Yes, Mike.
What's the chances of
Oh.
playing baseball in Detroit tomorrow night?
Oh, yeah.
What time is the game again?
7?
I think there's a better likelihood. I think it will probably happen. It might be obviously delayed to the beginning because they're going to get that field ready because they're kind of hold that tarp on until the very last moment. But then rain will be exiting at that point. So I'm expecting probably a rain delay, but they will play the game tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
Okay, thank you.
Well, let's hope there's a W.
Yeah. Jeez.
All right, Tom, you take it easy, bud. We'll see you next week.
Absolutely, guys.
All right, thanks. All right. Sounds like he had a good time, huh?
Yeah. It's kind of been spectacular.
All right, let's introduce our guests for tonight. We're pleased to welcome Katie and Nick Thompson. They are the owners of Next Level Custom Brick. Let's bring them up. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
How's it going?
Awesome. Thanks for waiting patiently.
Absolutely.
problem.
That was some good information.
Yeah. He's a meteorologist here in Garden City. He does a good job. Been with me for 14 years.
That's
Wow.
Yeah.
great. That
So-
would be quite an experience there.
To
Oh,
see
yeah,
the eclipse on
sure.
a plane. How cool.
I know. So let's, why don't you go ahead and tell us about a little bit about yourselves, how you got started, how long you've been doing it, and, what made you start the business?
Well, I'll take over.
Go ahead.
We've been in business for 4 years. There's a long history of both of us and in our personal lives, and then our lives together with, just developing experience in different fields and different areas where you learn sales in this job, and you learn, you work a labor job in this job. And so, there's been years of progression to this point, but I grew up on the other side of the state. Katie grew up in Garden City here. And so I was born on an 80-acre farm, and
Wow.
And then we got into the trucking business, and my brother started a construction company, and I would work in and out of summers with high school and college for his company, and I learned a tremendous amount through that experience about hard work and labor and reading blueprints and things like that. So when I moved over here, which is now 16 years ago, that's crazy to even say, but I moved over here and I had my first sales job, and I worked for Magic Windows, and
Oh, no.
yeah, as a sales guy. So I was terrible at the job.
Yeah, I would be too. I couldn't sell anything to save my life.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It was, but again, it was an experience, it was,
Sure.
You gain the knowledge, and you got to see the sales world and that kind of business side of things.
And that one-on-one with the customer.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And developing that trust and credibility. And
Yeah,
so,
that's
and Magic, they sell a great product, which
Mhm.
it makes it a lot easier to sell when you believe in your product and you have a good product to sell.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it was a great experience that has brought me to this point. After Magic, I got another sales job in the masonry business, and I worked there And again, I gained a ton of more knowledge than I thought that I had already. I thought I knew the base. I definitely knew the basics and had some knowledge of it. That really opened my eyes to a lot of things going on with just this area over here and homeowners and dealing with contractors and, getting promised the world. And then when things don't exactly go the right way, it takes months to service these customers or, the lack of communication. I mean, there's so many things that I just seen voids in, fulfilling the customer's needs. I've learned, I'm very thankful for all the experiences, but I knew, and I felt in my heart we could do better. And I was coming home kind of defeated and felt like I was almost a fraud. I'm promising these customers something, and I felt like not everything was getting taken care of on the back
You wouldn't
end.
be able to deliver it, huh?
That's right. Yeah,
absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah. So Katie, and I'll let her kind of take over because I've been talking for too long. But
You're doing
So
good.
at some point, like he said, he was coming home defeated, and he's like, I go and I meet these customers and I develop a relationship and I sell them a product. And then on the back half, on something that I don't manage, the things are not being fulfilled, but it's still coming back on me, and there's only so much you can do. And so at some point we had the conversation of, do we be like the American dream, start your own company, build your own brand?
Sure.
And we said, and we had a conversation. It was a summer evening and we were on a walk. And our conversation it wasn't heated, but we were just really debating, like, what do we do? What's the next step? And we could tell
Bouncing ideas off of one another.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could tell that like the chapter he was in was closing, but we were trying to figure out what was the next step.
Right.
And our conversation came to, let's start our own business, because what is the worst that's going to happen?
Yeah.
You can always go get a job at a different company. You can always, fight it out. You can always get a side job. Like there's always so many things that you can do.
And you
And
got the experience now,
Exactly.
you're
We
still
had
learning.
the experience.
you know
And
how
I
to
had
deal
been-
with people.
Exactly. Yeah. So I had been a barber for 15 years. And so I had really good customer service skills and I understood management. So between that aspect and then him being in the residential industry for construction, we really did our best to couple those two things together. And so we hit the ground running, and we've been running for 4 years.
4 years. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you started during COVID then?
Right at the
Mhm.
end of COVID. Yeah.
Okay, just at the end. Okay,
Yeah.
so you really didn't experience that business-wise
We didn't experience the craziness that occurred
with a lot of business.
with a lot of businesses, and we're very blessed. And so I think that was also good timing for us, because if we would have started right before, we probably wouldn't have been here today, just like a lot of other companies.
So your experience was cutting hair, you said?
Yes, I was a barber for 15 years.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so what's your job now? I mean, do you do that?
I call our positions front of the house, because he goes and meets the homeowners and he goes to the job site and he's out in the field all
Okay.
day. I call my position back of the house. I answer the phone. I am the first person to speak with people. I do all the admin work. I
Yeah,
do
administrator.
anything social media and marketing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that keeps you busy for sure.
Yes.
Just social media alone.
Yes. That is a full-time job in itself.
So Nick, then you go out, do you do the estimates too, or?
I do a lot. We have a sales guy, and we're actually we're bringing on 2 more sales guys.
So when I call you to give me an estimate, you'll be out?
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you're in Garden City too, or
Okay.
I would imagine you are.
Yep.
So yeah, that
Awesome,
would be the
awesome.
one.
So, what are the benefits of hiring a professional?
Well, you're gonna get a professional job, and I would be happy to show you some of these.
I have some slides that we're going to put up too.
Oh,
that
you-
you can find
Perfect.
them on.
Yeah. As far as like tuck pointing, the promising, absolutely, I could take care of this. Everybody wants a cheap job. Or, I'm sorry, everybody wants the best job for the cheapest price, but
Sure.
we have a saying around here, and it's
But you
the
want
bitterness-
quality, though. I want quality.
quality. Yes, quality. It's either good. What is it? Good, cheap, or fast? Right? Pick two.
Yeah.
So you can't have all three in that situation. So, no, we've seen a lot of, I call them a Dan in the van or a Chuck in the truck, and I'm
Okay.
nothing against them. Everybody is trying to make a living for their family, but when
Sure.
it comes to certain things, you should definitely leave it to the professionals.
Yes.
And we get calls from builders. He's like, I can build this house, but I am not touching the bricks. So
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's a
There's-
special skill.
it's a skilled
It
trade.
is.
Yeah.
There is so many things, like as homeowners ourselves, there's so many things that you can DIY, right? You
Right.
can hang drywall, you can paint, you can, do these things left and right. But then I'm not just going to send my husband up to like, just fix the roof or just fix the electrical. Just
Yeah.
get in there. Like,
Yeah.
no, there is specific.
You know your limits. Yeah, you know your
Yes,
limits.
you have to
Right.
know your limits.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and licensed and
Yeah.
insured, and then it's backed by a warranty, and
Oh,
there's a lot of benefits to.
right. The insurance alone,
Yes, the insurance
liability and all
alone.
that.
yes,
huge.
absolutely.
Huge.
Yeah.
You're also accredited with the Better Business Bureau too. That's good. You got
Are.
an A rating just recently.
Yes, we do. That is an extremely important thing because the Better Business Bureau has been around for ages and
Mhm.
people know that they can go there and have honest information.
Yes,
Right.
that's very important because the Better Business Bureau, not anybody can just go and leave a review, because you could be the competition and leave a
Mhm.
bad review about this company. And
Yeah, how do they go about sorting out like maybe another customer bad mouth you or something? I mean, business.
So
How do they do
I have a rep that I work with, and every review that somebody leaves, if you went to our website and left a review, they read through it to make sure that it doesn't sound fishy, that you're not saying really particular things, right? They're not
Right.
you're not coming on to say Nick Thompson came to my house and he was a beep, like
Oh, there's key words in there.
yes, they
yeah.
look for specific things.
Ah,
So, but also any review that the public puts up, anybody puts up, I review that. So
Mhm.
if I review that and say, we never had a customer of this name, I have to provide evidence that we
Oh,
didn't have a
okay.
customer of that name.
oh, okay.
So there's like vetting that goes into that.
Wow.
Because they don't want you to go on there. It's one thing to say, I was unhappy with a company because of this, but
Mhm.
you can't just go on there and rip someone a new, what,
Yeah.
because it's a professional platform. This is not just the World Wide Web.
And what's good is on your website, you actually have the link right there. People can
Yes,
click on your profile and see everything.
absolutely. Yeah, they can go directly to it. Going to the Better Business Bureau site can be tricky sometimes because you have to put in exact information. So to
Mhm.
make it easy, we just put a direct link so you can
Yeah.
click it and go right there.
Yeah, very easy, very easy. I do have I just got a couple comments here from people here. They're blasting me and they're watching. Mike Leica, I guess you did work. You rebuilt their decaying front porch and did some tuck pointing. We were very happy with the results. Now,
Yes.
first of all, for those that don't know what tuck pointing is, will you explain that?
yeah, so it's between the brick, you have your mortar joints, right? And a lot of times, whether it's water deterioration, somebody puts a lot of salt down during the winter months. For whatever reason, the north side where the house, contains the most amount of moisture, and it never dries out because it doesn't get sun. What eventually happens is the mortar starts to deteriorate,
Yep.
and basically fall out of the joints, which is compromising the brick.
Yep.
When that happens, you can hire a company or call Next Level, and we'll come in. We'll take a grinding blade, and we basically grind out all of the mortar that's deteriorating. And
So do you
very
reset the brick? Do you actually reset the brick too?
if it's needed, absolutely.
I
A
think
lot of
mine's
times,
probably going to be needed, but
is it okay? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you talking a front porch or a chimney?
no, what it is, it's the brick that are over. We have a crawl space, so it's over my crawl space window,
Okay.
and there's like 3 or 4 or 5 brick there that all the mortar's gone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. So
and my wife, she says, sounds great. We need to set up an appointment, please. 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah. Let's
oh,
see.
yeah, the
Yep, we
comments.
need tuck pointing too. Seeing brick dust around. Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
awesome. We'll be out soon, Cheryl. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll be calling for sure.
All right. That's great.
So let me put up some pictures here of your work, and you can comment on what we got here. Okay.
Perfect.
right.
All right. Let's see what we got here. I want to get you in there. There we go. All right. This one here. Now this is what do you call that brick? Stack?
So that is actually a stone veneer.
Okay.
Yep, and it looks like it's full stone, but it's actually flat on the backside. So we would parge the wall with CSC4 mortar and wire mesh, and then then we would come back and actually stick the stone right to that parging that we did.
Nice.
And the skim coat with the CSC4, and it bonds right to the wall, and then that is considered a dry stack. So, which means there's no mortar between the joints, and it's just stone stacked on stone.
Oh, wow. How's that hold up? Good?
Yeah, it does. It does. It holds up really well. The type of, the technology they have nowadays with the CSC4, and there's ways to make it stickier if you need to and not.
Yeah.
But yeah, it holds up really well. So it's really just an aesthetic look and what you prefer, whether you want the joints or not.
Yeah, they have great product now. I mean, they've come a long way, haven't they?
They
Oh,
really
yes.
have, yeah.
This is pretty much kind of the same thing, or does
Very
this
much so, yeah. So that is also a stone veneer. I believe that one does have mortar joints.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
What's really nice about stone veneer is that there's so many colors, so many textures, and it really gives an elevated look to your area. As you can see, these homeowners have a beautiful stamped patio. They have the red traditional brick and siding. And so just adding this pop of color really pulls everything together. So it just gives you, like, your curb appeal goes up. It's a nice investment piece, but you don't need to go crazy as your whole house with it. So
really nice.
there's so many options.
that
Let me ask
one,
you.
window with siding right there is what it was.
Nice.
Right?
Let me ask you this, Nick.
Yeah.
Would you be able to go over this red brick with this or no?
I've seen it, and it happened.
Pop off.
Well, yeah, it can. Yeah, I mean,
Over time,
So
it doesn't last as long.
Unless it's purely aesthetic and that brick is in excellent condition.
Mhm.
What happens is, people try to go over it. A lot of times on a porch rebuild, instead of tearing everything out and rebuilding it,
Okay.
they'll kind of try to give it a facelift, so called, and they'll put stone on the outside or whatnot, and it eventually becomes a problem. So
Mm,
I would recommend not doing it.
okay. Now, what'd you do here? The porch, or do you stamp concrete too?
Yeah. Yep. So we did the stamped walkway there. Actually,
Wow.
the porch and the steps and the stairs there were there prior. We took all of the brick off of the top, and then we actually installed limestone caps on each step for the
Wow.
tread.
That's beautiful.
And then we
thank
did the
you.
walkway there with the stamped pattern. There's no stain on that, right?
No.
No.
So that's actually an all natural stamp with no shine.
Beautiful.
Sealer. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yeah, because once you seal it, you got to seal it all the time, don't you?
You
Yeah.
do. Yeah. So I mean, it's preference again, but yeah, you're exactly
Yeah,
right.
that looks good. That looks nice. I like that.
More natural. of a
Yeah.
look.
Now, if you stain it, can you get it the same way, or does that have to be sealed?
No, you would want to seal it. If you stain it, you want to seal it, and
Okay.
so that it contains, and it holds the color and the.
Gotcha. Well, there's a nice porch. Probably a rebuild, huh?
Mhm.
Yep.
That was a full rebuild, and you can see we did a little concrete there.
Yeah.
That was landscape. I believe that was dirt. right?
Yeah, I think there was right around where the mailbox was like a little patch of grass and dirt that was problematic. So we just did concrete through that whole little corner.
Yeah. Good idea. Yeah. Why do you want to cut that little bit of grass?
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that has precast steps there too. So
Right.
those
Yeah.
are preformed.
Just a more sleek, simple option as well. Yeah.
Very nice. Oh, now here's a before and after. Wow.
Yeah.
This house is actually in Garden City, and
Oh, okay.
these homeowners were wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
We did a full rebuild on this as well.
Wow, new
This
path and
house,
everything.
this house was unique because
There was the bricks were
yes, that's what I was trying to figure out
you weren't able to match the bricks, so it
on
took-
her house.
it-
We weren't exactly able to match the exact bricks that she had.
they
Wow,
didn't-
that's pretty close.
yeah.
yeah.
So
That's real
we
close.
we have to do that a lot. It's it sometimes it takes a little bit of work to
Finagling.
I mean, I take a lot of pride in what we do, and the brick match is so important because it either looks great or it doesn't based on what's on their house, and if you try to match it and it's completely off, it sticks out like a
Yeah.
sore thumb. So
Yeah.
Now, are those precast steps too?
they are.
Yes.
Okay. Very nice. Yeah, that
Thank
looks
you.
great. Oh, wow. And you do these retainer walls, eh? Wow.
So no, I don't. Typically, we don't do the retaining walls. I think that was probably some type of a marketing
Oh, okay.
design there.
Nice though.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Gorgeous. Same
You do
with this.
wall?
Yeah. This is very similar. So this is getting into the landscaping. We have paver guys. It's just to be 100% transparent and truthful. It's not a path that I fully want to go down, and I've kind of realized that from the beginning until now. And the reason is we live in Michigan, hot summers, cold winters, everything moves, and that is.
It's beautiful,
consistent maintenance,
but it's a lot of maintenance every year, every 2 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we actually run into a lot of homeowners who decide to invest in this, and it is beautiful. But after 4, 5, 6 years, they're calling a different company to take it all out because they're sick of it,
Oh, boy.
and they decide to go back to like a traditional masonry option.
Okay. That almost looks like a sandstone type. And
Yes.
A little
sandstone.
bit, yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't hold up very well after the years.
It doesn't.
Not in Michigan. It
No.
doesn't.
No. Oh, okay. This is a rebuild on, is this a rebuild on a
Mhm.
mailbox?
On a mailbox, yeah.
So this
Cool.
this was an older gentleman. I mean he had to be mid 80s, and he was something else. But I'll tell you what, at the end of this, he was extremely happy, and he could not believe that we put his flowers back with the dirt in there.
Oh, wow.
He
He was a
great.
hoot. He
But,
cracked up. It was
yeah.
great.
Nick,
Yeah.
you went above and beyond.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the little
right.
things. I told him, I messed with him too. I said, well, that's what happens when you take it to the next level, buddy.
That's very nice. Yeah, that come out great. A satisfied customer. Boy, look at this. This is like all completely new brick.
Yes.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So this, I want
Talk
to
a little bit. Talk a little bit about how, and I'm pointing at the picture you guys are looking at.
Yeah.
In the picture on the left where it says before,
Mhm.
you can see a little bit where you can tell like that top concrete piece has a crack in it,
Yep.
and there's like holes in those bricks. So
Yep.
talk a little bit about the home that we live in. We had a chimney and I didn't even know. So let me throw that out there. I didn't even realize we had a chimney because I don't look at the roof every day, you know?
Right.
And so oftentimes homeowners are like, something's wrong with my chimney, but like, I don't know what it is. Right. And so Nick or one of our sales guys gets up there and then, so take it from there. So kind of talk to him about what's going on in that. Before.
Yeah, nobody looks at their chimney. I mean, let's face it. Who's going to look at that?
Yeah. So if you look, nobody until they either
starts
have water
falling down.
coming through their clean out, or a roofer gets up there and says, hey, I noticed,
Mhm.
it's not a bad idea to send somebody young and spry up there once every few years to just take a peek around.
Yeah. Just the flashing alone.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And we, a lot of times we are replacing the flashing with the chimney rebuild.
Mhm.
And again, this goes back to contractors in general, but and I'm not saying that all contractors are bad, because there's a lot of good ones out there, but it's the select few that give the good ones a bad name.
Sure.
They'll replace the roof and not replace the dang flashing. And then when we go out there, I'm like, how do you have a 4-year-old roof, but the old flashing is here?
Right.
So,
And
situations
roofs
like
aren't
that.
cheap.
No,
Yes.
they're not.
Yeah, correct.
So in the before picture here, if you look at the very top, you will see a crack in what we call the crown.
Right.
Yep. And so we don't have a picture from above, but just from my experience, I could tell you that there was obviously water getting in somewhere along the top where that crack is.
Oh, boy.
Over time, now if you look below that, do you see the spalling bricks, which is the face of the brick is kind of falling apart or
Yeah.
starting to deteriorate?
Yes.
So
Oh, yeah.
so once the water begins to get in, it finds its way anywhere that it can go. It travels the path of least resistance. It freezes, it thaws, it freezes, it thaws, it expands, it contracts, and it just starts pushing everything out. So this is a very common issue that we see all the time.
Mm-hmm.
What we do that to try to prevent these things from happening. Do you see how this chimney is corbelled? How the last 3 rows they corbel out?
Yes.
Okay. So we always corbel our chimneys. Your house has an overhang to push the water away from your house, and then you have a gutter system. You know, water is not a friend of anybody's home or any, water is it's slow.
Good for the ground.
Yeah.
The grass, not the ground by your house.
Over time, water will cause the most damage on your home by far, if it's getting places that it shouldn't. So
Yeah.
So basically, when we go out, we inspect the chimney. 95% of the time, it's because there is a cracked crown. Now, whether it gets left dealt with for 5 years, 10 years, sometimes even longer, it really determines how far down we need to go.
Mm-hmm.
What we do is I go to the lowest point of deterioration is very important. Now, I know I'm talking a lot here, but this is, I want to get this point across.
Yeah.
I have gone to a poor lady's house that had 20 courses of her chimney rebuilt, and this was 10 years prior. And the previous masonry company, they did not go down far enough to the lowest point.
Oh,
So
boy.
10 years later, she had 10 more rows that need water that were deteriorating, and you cannot replace just 10 rows in the middle of your chimney.
No.
So now she's doing a full rebuild all the way and re-spending her money. So what we do is we make sure we go down to the lowest point of deterioration and then build up from there.
Okay.
So
Boy, that come out great too. Really nice.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here's a good
there you
shot
go.
here.
This is a perfect shot, and you can see that top concrete on top is it's shot.
Wow.
So it's
that's a limestone cap, and what they do there is they create the overhang of the chimney with the limestone, and then they do what's called a concrete wash on the top. That wash is typically, well, you can see it. It doesn't hold up.
Yeah. It looks like just a crappy patch job.
Yeah, and at some point it looks like maybe somebody else, maybe the homeowner or maybe another company had come in and done some simple tuck pointing.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like putting a Band-Aid on it. It'll do, but not for very long. Because once that water's in there, it's too late.
You're toast. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like these 3 rows at the top there, how you bring those out like that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And then we got away from doing like a limestone crown or a you'll see like a precast, that's actually it's casted and put into these these supply yards. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then you can go get that and it'll go right over the flue, and then you have this big void in the middle, right between the flue and your crown precast cap. And so what people do is the same thing. They do a concrete wash. Well, you just have too many components bonding to each other with different movement rates. And so what we did is I eliminated all of that, and we do a 3-course corbel. So we create an overhang, and then we do a 1-piece crown. So my guys bring the concrete to the top of the roof wet, and they actually form it right to the outer edge of that brick.
So it's seamless. It's all done right then and there. So that's like the last piece.
Wow. Really, really nice work. Nice.
And then we do put fiber mesh in the concrete as well, and it acts as it helps.
A really nice bonding agent.
Yeah, that really helps. Yeah.
So
Well, that's all I have there. But
awesome.
If people want to go and see more pictures, they go to your website right there.
Yeah, we have a lot of pictures on our website, and then same with our Facebook page. We post pretty consistently on our Facebook page, so there's a lot of photos there as well.
Right. Now, I do have a couple comments in there. I want to, Pastor Jonathan Combs says, wow, I need his number. Just bought a new house and I need a stamped concrete deck.
Awesome.
This is his phone number here if you want to contact
I'm going to
him.
write it
Absolutely.
down right now, Jonathan.
Yeah, write it down. 313-595-7810.
Perfect.
You're gonna have the boss hounding you now, Jonathan.
I'll call you tomorrow.
There you go, Pastor. Thank you.
Yes.
Shannon Coffey, the notary babe, she goes amazing work.
Thank
She's in
you.
there.
Thank you.
Paul Werhan says hello. Jerry Thorne with the Party Animals. They're watching us from Knoxville, Tennessee. How you doing, Jerry?
Wow.
Also, my son Derek from D&D Sports. Good evening, all. Rain, go away. I got a lawn to fertilize. And you didn't get that on before the rain.
Yeah.
He's a busy guy, that's for sure. Okay, well, we have several people were in there watching tonight, so I hope your phone is ringing off the hook.
Awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. John Murray is in there, shout out. Also, Levon and Ed Wilhite from Hogg's Backyard Barbecue is in there.
Very cool.
Brendan MacArthur, how you doing, Brendan? The carpet cleaner is in there. Mr. Dykeman is watching. Karen Rager is in there. Hi, Karen. Thank you for watching. And about 11 others that I can't see because they're watching on YouTube or something.
That's
okay.
all right. Hello, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. So, look, anything else that you wanted to cover before we let you go?
I think that's kind of it. We kind of gave you a little background on us and went through those pictures. That was perfect. It gave us an opportunity to kind of talk a little bit about masonry and stuff. I think that's kind of it, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, you guys did great, and you do wonderful work from what I can see. And like the wife said, we'll be calling you shortly to set up
Yes.
an appointment, right?
We're on Google, Facebook, like you said, Better Business Bureau. Yeah, please reach out to us if you guys. We do free estimates. Obviously, they're good for the entire season. So
Now, what are your hours of business? Your hours?
So we try to hold regular office hours, but
Sure.
we, being a Garden City business and a small family-owned business,
Yeah.
we are currently coming to you guys live from my office, which is also our guest bedroom. So we run our business out of our home.
Nice.
And so, my office line is a cell phone, so I answer that as much as I possibly can. So I
If not,
really
just leave a
try.
message. Yeah.
I know you can always leave a message. And
Mhm.
sometimes I call people at 7:00 at night because that's when they're available. People work during the day, so they can't
Exactly.
always talk. But we offer estimate appointments 6 days a week. And,
Oh, great.
and we really do our best to be able to meet with homeowners morning, afternoon, evening, because whatever is going to fit their schedule. Because if you're not home, it's hard to come over and talk to you. So
Mhm.
we really try to make sure that we're as flexible as we possibly can.
Well, Katie and Nick, thank you so much for coming on and taking the time. And please come back anytime, okay?
All right,
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Once
We
again-
appreciate you guys as well for
Yeah.
helping put our name out there.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. Thank you. Anytime. Now, listen, if you want to contact Katie or Nick, call them at 734-292-5250. You can check out their website at nextlevelcustombrick.com and also their Facebook page at facebook.com/nextlevelcustombrick. Right?
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, guys. You have a good evening, and
Thank
we'll see you
you.
again soon, and we'll be calling you soon.
Awesome. We'll
sounds
see you
great.
guys soon. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. All right. Boy, they do fabulous work, eh? Very nice. Very nice. Let's see what else we got in here. Former Garden City Fire Chief Kathy Harmon is in there, says hello. Dennis Dykeman, how you doing, buddy? Michael Bengal is in there watching from, hi guys, watching the hockey game. Okay, what's the score? I hope they win. They need to win out. Natalie Crozier is in there. How you doing, Natalie? Good to see you. Just saved your page. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, moving on. The next city council meeting is Monday, April 22nd, 7 p.m. in the council chambers, located at 6000 Middle Belt Road. And let me get this out of here first so we can get Mike in here pretty soon. These meetings are a good way for you to get involved and voice any concerns that you may have as well. Okay, let's get Joe Bartley in here with chat tax talk, and then we're going to have Mike up with the community events. So stick around, guys. We'll get him in here right now. Take it away, Joe.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another installment of Tax Talk with Joe Bartley from J&J Taxes and More. So if you're listening to this live, you can look at your calendar and see that there's only a few more days left before the April 15th official tax deadline. So if you haven't got your taxes in, you probably want to get them in. Now, if you have not gotten them in for whatever reason, it's perfectly okay to do an extension. Now, an extension to file gives you till October 15th to get those taxes filed. It's fine. It does not put a target on your back with the IRS. As long as you send in the extension, you are fine. Now, the thing to remember, though, an extension to file is not an extension to pay. So if you owe when your taxes are done, you're still going to be charged penalty and interest if you have not paid. All right. So then people say, well, how do I know if I owe or not? So generally you look back at your history. If someone usually owes, you're probably going to owe again this year. Or if you've had some life events maybe that have changed, you've made more money, you've lost a dependent, things have happened that would affect you financially, you may owe. And at that point, you want to send in an estimated payment of what you owe. Now, that's fairly easy to do. There's different ways to do it. As a tax professional, I can do that for you. I can, if I have your banking information, I can send it in for you, the estimated, or I can print a voucher for you, or any tax professional or yourself can print up a voucher. If you do your own taxes, the IRS.gov website would have that, where you could print it and mail in an estimated payment, or you can go to IRS.gov and make an estimated payment on your account if you have an account set up. So it's relatively easy to do. But again, if you have any reason to believe you're going to owe, you do want to send in that estimated payment, just to cover you, so you're avoiding additional penalty and interest that you don't need. So, and again, so then when you file, you want to remember to include that with your tax return that you did pay that estimated payment, so that you give yourself credit for it. So again, you will have till October 15th to get those taxes filed. Now, most of us in the tax professional business don't want you to wait and don't advise you to wait to the last minute, that October 15th, because things happen. You may owe more than what you think, and that would cause you, again, additional penalties and interest, which you want to try to avoid. So that does it for this week's installment. I do plan to have another show, perhaps come on live, because I would like to talk to the reporting about the reporting requirements for corporations and LLCs, and that's kind of a lengthy topic, but it is very important. So stay tuned for that. Again, I'm Joe Bartley from J&J Taxes and More. I'm at 30900 Ford Road, Suite G, of course, in Garden City. The best way to get a hold of me is through email, which is joe@jnjtaxesandmore.com, or you can call the office 734-523-8291. We are booked up with appointments for the rest of the year. Drop-offs, any drop-offs that are made, of course, for us, will require an extension. So back to earlier topic, if you think you may owe, you want to let me know so that we can take care of that for you. Thanks a lot, and have a great week.
Okay, Joe, good information, and we will get you scheduled to come on live and talk about LLCs and such. All right, Mike, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, we're going to get shortly, right now.
Well,
Gonna be the day. Say goodbye, gonna be the day.
Time for some
You make me cry. Say
So-
you're gonna leave.
Mike.
You know it's a lie, 'cause there'll be a day when I die.
All right. First, before we get to you, Mike, I did want to just play a short little video here on the Rec Connect that they talked about at our Commission on Aging meeting. So,
The Garden City Parks and Recreations, Rec Connect is now available digitally. This recreation and activity guide showcases events, programs, and classes your Parks and Recreation Department is hosting this summer. From activities like Paint the Ice to movies in the park, and classes from Dance Express to sewing, with special events like our Beach Party Kids Dance to our monthly craft day. There is plenty for everyone this summer, including information about our half-day summer camp, Camp GC. Garden City residents can expect a copy of the Rec Connect in the mail by the end of the month. Read online at www.gardencitymi.org/parks.
right. I just wanted to get that in there. They did a great job on that. A lot of good information. So look for that being mailed out to your house. All right, Mike, here we go. We got the first one.
Carpet cleaner, carpet cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, upholstery cleaning, hardwood floor cleaning, residential and commercial. Call Dennis Diekman at 734-299-6496.
Yep.
The Notary Babe, Shannon Coffee. She'll take care of all your notarized work that you need. You can call her at 734-469-8821.
Yep. They're both in there tonight as well.
Straight Farmhouse has a plethora of events.
Plethora. I love that word.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite words. And they are open Wednesdays and Saturdays from noon to 3 p.m.
Right.
for tours and information. You go to straightfarmhouse.org.
Right.
Tech Talk with Julie.
Running down.
Appointments on the Monday of each month. Those are over. But there are one-on-one appointments every Thursday from 1 to 4.
Yep.
On April
18th and
18th
25th.
and April 25th.
Yep.
She can help you with laptops, Android phones, iPhones, emails, and more. Angel Aids, amplifying angels' quality of life. Stephanie Peters, contact her at 248-818-5334. They do a wide variety of services for the aged and handicapped.
Plethora of services.
Right. I didn't want to use the word twice in one day. Adult Jazz Fitness with Jolie, Tuesdays at 7:15 p.m. at the Radcliffe Center, which is 1751 Radcliffe. And let's see, what else do I have here? Drop-ins are
$7.
$7.
Yep. And we're not going to read that long heck email address.
Yoga at the Radcliffe Center, Mondays at 5 p.m., Thursdays at 5:45, and Saturdays at 10. Purchase an 8-punch card for $36 or drop in for $6.
Yep.
Wayne County Veteran Services every Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8:30 to 4:30. They're located at the Radcliffe Center. And you can contact them at 313-506-0302. And the American Legion Department of Veteran Affairs will take care of all of your veteran questions on benefits and concerns. You don't have to go downtown. It's right here in Garden City every Tuesday from 9 to 3.
That is such a benefit right there, not having to go downtown to deal with all that.
Yeah. Garden City Senior Center presents watercolor class on April 19th, 12 o'clock at the Radcliffe Center. Register at the Radcliffe Center or online at gardencitymi.org/senior center. Any questions, please call 734-793-1870. Is that
0.
670?
Yep.
Okay, Penny Bingo at the Garden City Senior Center, first and fourth Wednesday of every month from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock, 25 cents per bingo card. Bring lots of pennies because the pennies are used as bingo markers.
Yep.
Any questions, call the usual number, 734-793-1870. Garden City Senior Center presents board games on April 23rd and May 28th from 10 to 2. Free. They are free. Join us at the Radcliffe Center for a day of board games, cards, table tennis, pool, cornhole, and more. Any questions, call the usual number, 734-793-1870. Karaoke night at the Notre Dame Lounge, 3144 South Wayne Road in downtown Wayne. Starts at 6:30. They have a happy hour from 3 to 6. Dinner and drinks are available. It's open to the public.
Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah. Quilting Club, if that's your thing. Radcliffe Center, first and third Tuesday of every month from 10 o'clock to 12. $1 drop-in. Interact with fellow quilters.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
What is that?
Ties and tiaras, daddy daughter.
Yeah, Ties and Tiaras, daddy-daughter dance.
Mm.
Okay, that's hard for me to read.
It's at the Radcliffe Center. $20 a person, $10 siblings. It's Saturday, April 13th, 5 to 7 p.m.
Thank you.
Yep. That was kind of hard to see with that paper color.
Yeah, a ham embroidery hat class, $15 a session. It's on Wednesdays from 4:30 to 6:30, ages 8 and up. Next one is April 17th. And then they have them on every other, looks like 3 Wednesdays a month. Learn how to make your own floral embroidered hat. All materials provided except the hats.
Mm-hmm. At the Radcliffe Center.
Yeah.
This is our last week's guest that we had, Rebecca Morrow. She wanted you to announce her next.
Things at the Straight Farmhouse Register at www.tammystastings.com.
Right. It's on April 19th, 6:30 to 8:30. We went to this, and let me tell you, it's a fun time. You really, really learn a lot as well. Mixing some great cocktails.
Little Shop of Horrors is coming up at the Garden City High School. They have 3 shows, April 26th and 27th at 7 o'clock and April 28th at 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Garden City Parks and Recreation presents The Mad Science of Detroit, Fire and Ice. Saturday, April 27th from 12 o'clock, all ages. It was at $8 a child, $5 a sibling.
Yep. Do all kinds of experiments. Probably every single one you did when you were a teacher.
Oh, yeah. We did a lot of stuff with fire and ice, especially dry ice.
Yeah.
It's always one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Okay. The Straight Farmhouse is having a road rally on April 28th. Cash prizes for the top 3 teams. Get 4 to 6 people in a car. Raffle prizes, a 50-50 raffle. For tickets or more information, go to straightfarmhouse.org or call Kim at 734-812-1559.
Sounds like a fun time.
Yeah. A hiring fair now at the Garden City Hospital. New unit is opening. Up to $15,000 sign-up bonus.
Wow.
They need RNs, student, is that externs?
Yeah.
Nursing assistants, unit secretaries.
Wow. That's May 1st, 9 to 4 p.m. Okay. Same day interviews.
Yeah.
All right.
Mother's Day geraniums Garden City Thrift Shop. Volunteers present Mother Day's geraniums. Yeah. Friday, May 3rd from 12 to 3 at the Maplewood Center, 31735 Maplewood Street in Garden City.
Yeah, that's a nice event.
Yeah. Mother and daughter cupcake decorating. Okay.
All ages welcome. Friday, what is that? May 3rd from 6 to 7 at the Ratcliffe Center.
Okay.
$20 per mother-daughter duo. Cool.
Mother and son, let's have some fun.
Mhm.
Saturday, May 4th from 5 to 7, $15 a person, $5 per sibling.
Mm-hmm. Wear your favorite sports jersey.
I have a number of them. Most of them are Michigan.
Oh, you have a plethora of them.
I do. Everything but Detroit Lions. I never got any Detroit Lions stuff until just recently.
Yeah. Waste away in Margaritaville.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett tribute. Sunday, May 4th. Doors open. This is at the Notre Dame Hall.
Yeah.
Doors open at 6 p.m. Show starts at 7 p.m. They're located at 31445 Wayne Road in Wayne, Michigan. Tickets are $25.
Food available for purchase and cash bar.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fun time. Here's some more cell phone basics for you.
Learn the ins and outs of your smartphones, includes an overview of apps, email, social media, and more. Ages 14 and up, $20 per person. Is this at the Radcliffe Center?
3-week course.
Yeah.
Tuesday, starting May 7th, 6 to 7. That's right up your alley. That's what you need. Learn about your smartphone.
Yeah. State Rep Dylan Wagella has his recurring 24 coffee hours. The next one will be May 9th. It's every second Thursday of the month from 5:30 to 6:30 at the Radcliffe Center.
Mm-hmm.
Read with an author. Hi, I'm Fox. Saturday, May 11th. This is what? Is that $3? How much is that? $3 per child?
Yep.
Listen in while the author reads to you. Discover friendship and kindness with Fox in this reading, followed by a craft.
Yeah, the author's name is Caroline Kerfoot. Okay.
Neighborhood Watch, next meeting is May 14th. It's on the second Tuesday of every month, 7 o'clock at the Garden City Police Department.
Okay.
Oh, the Lions are making their appeal for members.
Yeah.
A lot of their members have gotten older and
Yeah.
have either aren't active anymore or have passed on. And so this is a great organization. It's done a lot of good things for people in need.
Yeah.
But
Go ahead.
they're likely to go away if we don't get some more members there.
Yeah, they will go away. Matt Collins is going to be on in 2 weeks, and he's going to talk about the Garden City Lions Club. It's a 70-year legacy of service for Garden City, and they're inviting service-minded members of Garden City to an interactive meeting to learn about the Lions and the club and how they serve those in need in Garden City. And that's going to be at the Straight Farmhouse, May 19th at 3:30. So if you can, please make it. I think they meet once a month, 1 day a month. So you'll be on in 2 weeks. You'll learn a lot more.
Garden City Public Library presents a cooking club with Emily Schwartz. Pasta salads on Saturday, May 25th from 2 to 3. Pasta salads are a perfect addition to any spring picnic.
Yeah, I like pasta salads, especially if there's meat in them.
Bugs on Wheels. I can't read most of that,
Oh,
but
boy.
it's going to be on Saturday, June 1st from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock.
Yep. $8 a person. Space is limited. Let's see what it says here. It's a unique hands-on experience. Meet the bug lady and learn about her majestic friends, including beetles, praying mantises, scorpions, tarantulas, leaf bugs, centipedes, millipedes, and more. Join the hands-on fun Saturday, June 1st. Wow.
She needs to get a better circle of friends.
Creepy crawlers. Yeah, you ain't kidding.
God.
Oh.
Okay, this is one of my good friend John Gibbons would certainly like us to plug.
Right.
Seeds and Sprouts. Join us to learn about bugs, plants, and what is that? Something more.
Soil and more, yeah.
Yeah. Kids all ages. They'll have pizza and make a craft.
Yeah.
The next one is on
June 8th.
June 8th. Is for ages 7 to 12, $5 per child per class.
Mm-hmm.
Rusty Trike Night
Market. That's at Notre Dame Hall. This is hard to read too. I wish they'd make these flyers bigger.
Yeah,
They're
I can tell it's on June 14th.
Yeah, seeking crafters, direct sales, vintage, and flea market dealers. June 14th, spaces 10 by 10, $35 per space. Times are based on market date. June 14th is the food truck rally. Special Olympics, or is it Special Olympics? I think it is. 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. is the rally hours are 11 to 11. So, yeah, Notre Dame, you need to make your flyers bigger.
Yeah. Camp Garden City for ages 6 to 11 from June 17th to August 16th at the Garden City Park. They have a half-day camp Mondays through Fridays from 9 to 12:45.
Mm-hmm.
It's $99 a week, and they will be learning arts and crafts, sports, weekly field trips, and much more.
And that's for ages 6 to 11. Okay.
Yeah.
That keeps them busy during the summer.
Yeah. Third annual Bisbee Vendor Show. Spots now are available. June 20th is the next one, and there's followed up by July 18th and August 15th. No charges for Garden City Business Alliance members or nonprofit groups.
Yep.
Sell your products or fundraise for your group.
Mm-hmm.
Contact Claudia Bello or Lisa Clark at lisaclark.2001 at yahoo.com.
Yeah. Those dates are actually the dates of the music in the park too. So
yeah,
go to them. Go to that for sure.
Yeah, they offer an opportunity for members to in nonprofit organizations to put on have a little display.
Yep.
In Step, August 17th, cruise night, 4:00 p.m. Drive-in movie starts at 9. They'll be showing E.T., food, karaoke, dash plaques, music, and People's Choice. And this is located at 450 South Vinoy in Westland.
Okay. That's our good buddy Don Nicholson. We'll be getting him on just before all the cruises start.
Good. Community Shred Day, Saturday, September 14th from 10 to 1. They also have prescription drug disposals and home pantry food donations available. It's in the City Hall parking lot. Enter off Central from Ford Road. You can bring 5 paper grocery bags or cardboard banker's boxes of paper to be shredded. You must be in line by 12:45.
Exactly. All right, that's all I got there. I do want to real quick share my screen here. with just so I can bring this up for Rebecca. Okay, share. All right, this is where you can. She's having a cupcake cookie spring cookie class, $45. It's Good Cupcakes Company, and you can find out the information by going to goodcupcakes.com, goodcupcakesco.com, I guess. And then I wanted to show another one. This one here, vodka cocktails. This is on tammystastings.com. And if you go over here to cocktail classes, all the upcoming classes, you can click on that and it brings up all the cocktail classes. Look at, I mean, tons of them. So you're going to want to check out Tammy's Tastings. She was on last week. If you didn't catch that show, catch it. She's very interesting. Okay.
I got some stuff too.
All right, what you got?
Lucky squirrel dates have been set. They're May 18th, July 20th, and September 21st.
Yep.
Vendor space is available. Connect with council members. No, we just had that. So
Be sure to get your marketplace, Garden City Marketplace.
yeah, that's what I'm looking through. Plus, I have a flyer that
Out on
we got from our
Amazon.
speaker today at our combined Kiwanis and Rotary meeting.
Yeah.
He's the director of the Wayne County Meals on Wheels program, and they're desperately in need of additional volunteers.
Yeah.
They're now located over at Cambridge, thanks to cooperation with Garden City Public Schools.
Hmm.
And for more information or being a volunteer, please call 734-326-5202. You can
Okay.
either package the meals or you can deliver them or you can do both.
Boy, everybody's looking for volunteers. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I hope some people be able to step up.
Yeah, they need about 200 more volunteers in Western and Downriver Wayne County.
Wow. Yeah, it's a great,
So they-
it's a great benefit for the seniors.
Yeah.
Sometimes those delivery people are the only ones they get to talk to.
Yeah.
I
And
know
they
when
won't
we-
just leave the meal like
no.
Amazon on your doorstep. They have to see you.
Yeah.
They have to talk to you.
When we were delivering, yeah, Cheryl would go right inside the house, and
Yeah.
sometimes she'd be in there 15 minutes just talking.
Yeah. Well, that's what they need.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of these, there's a high percentage of these people that are living alone.
Yep. It's pretty sad. All right, Mike, remember, we're always looking for guests to be on the show. If you're interested or you know someone that might be interested, we'd love to hear from them. It's very easy. Just drop us an email at gcommunitychat@gmail.com. You can also message us on Facebook. It doesn't matter what community you live in. We want to hear from you. Come on the show and share your information with us and the surrounding communities. Contact us today, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Derek Fisher said he'd like to be on the show near the end of August to give us an update on all their bond work and construction and what have you.
Who's that?
Derek Fisher.
Oh, yeah.
of Schools.
He was on like what, 3 weeks ago, something like that, 3-4 weeks ago. Yeah, he's a great speaker for sure.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just checking here. I don't think I have anything else. So with that said, Mike, I think we're ready to call this a podcast.
Podcast.
We want to thank our guests, Katie and Nick Thompson from Next Level Custom Brick. So if you're in the market to have any cement work or brick work done, give them a call at 734-292-5250. You can also visit them on Facebook at facebook.com/Next Level Custom Brick. And also their website you can go to. That is nextlevelcustombrick.com. And they do great work, boy, I'll tell you, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And they back it. And they have an A rating with the Better Business Bureau, so that really means something. Also, a big thank you to my co-host, meteorologist Dr. Tom Iwinski and Mike Jones. Great job as always. Mike, any final thoughts before we go?
No, my usual thoughts. Take care of the people around you that you care about and love. Get vaccinated.
Yes, for sure. A huge shout out and thank you to each and every one of you who share part of your time with us tonight and over the 13 or 14 years now. Wow, 14 years. Remember, this show will be available right after we sign off tonight on Facebook. So we hope you catch it at your convenience, especially if you tuned in late by going to facebook.com/GCChat. Also, feel free to share the show with your friends as well. Also, catch us on our YouTube channel. Just search for the Garden City Community Chat Show, and you'll find not only this show, but all of our past shows as well. Click on the live tab. And please subscribe to the channel while you're there by clicking on the subscribe button. We would appreciate that. And as always, at the end of our shows, we like to thank all the healthcare workers, first responders, police and fire, everyone on the front lines who serve and protect us every day. We can't thank you enough. Be safe, and we want you to know that you and your families are in our thoughts and prayers every day. And whenever you see any of these heroes, please let them know how much you appreciate them. Also, remember that the success of a community depends on the community, so please support your local businesses. And please don't hesitate, like Mike said, vaccinate. Get that COVID booster, your flu shot, RSV shot, measles shots. Remember, you're not only protecting yourself, but you're protecting others as well. And Mike, if you see something,
Say something.
exactly, say something. We need to look out for one another out there. For all your weather information, be sure to head on over to DopplerTomsWeather.com. He's got a great user-friendly website over there full of good information. So we hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks for listening. If you would like to contact us at the chat here for any reason, email us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Let us know how we're doing. Also, what you'd like to see more of. Join us next week, April 18th, when Matthew Miller, our new DDA Community Development Director, is going to be here. So that should be an interesting show.
Yeah.
So until then, follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/GCChat. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just search for the Garden City Community Chat Show. Everyone have a great, fantastic rest of your week. Stay dry. I hope the sun comes out soon. And I hope the Wings can pull it out tonight.
Yeah.
Tigers play tomorrow night. So everybody have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next week. Mike, you take care, bud.
Okay. You too, Carrie.
Take it easy.